I have 5 diabetic lunch recipes that are ready in under 15 minutes. I promise you're going to love at least one of these recipes, but I know you're going to love all 5. Can't have a recipe without the ingredients. The beautiful part, you can get all these at your local Walmart, Kroger, Albertsons, Aldi. Aldi's new in town here. I absolutely love it. We have our Mission Carb Balance wraps. These are a staple in our kitchen. And if you're new with me, hey, I'm Dietitian Shelly. I want you to look at the label and we see that fiber. Y'all know I always stress fiber above 5. These are 17. Of course, you can use the store brand. I have Sargento cheese, and be sure to check out that label. Make sure that sugar is 0. We have some rotisserie chicken. Yes, I did buy it in the package. You can buy your own and cut it up. Spinach, and I forgot to show you all the red pepper. Grab a strainer, spatula, pan, your meal prep containers, or if you're like me, Ziploc bags. Make sure you got 4 of those. This recipe is crazy easy, and remember, we are doing this 4 times. You're going to take your handful of spinach. I'm actually going to take 2 handfuls of spinach. We're going to put it in our little strainer. We're going to give it a wash. Love spinach in here because you're not going to believe this. A cup of our spinach is only 7 calories. I actually love spinach as well. I personally feel like it has a little bit of a longer shelf life than your lettuce varieties. It's up to you. The verdict's still out on that. Once you're done rinsing that spinach, you're going to take your towel and you're going to blot this pretty dry. And again, it may be easy for you to wash the entire bag at once if your strainer is a little bit bigger, because we're making 4 of these. You're then going to go ahead and grab that red pepper. I love the color of the red next to the green, but of course you could grab green, you can grab yellow, you can grab whatever is on sale. I did forget to show this in the ingredients, so here it is. We have to remember a red pepper has 26 calories, 6 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, yielding 4 net carbs. Now you also, after this is chopped really thin, again, it doesn't have to be all even. I am not a chef. I'm a dietitian who just likes to cook. And so I'm going to just cut as easy as I can. And if you're new here, I'm Dietitian Shelly. Welcome to this channel. During the day, I work with folks with diabetes, pre-diabetes, lots of women's health, so menopause, PCOS, and we really work on recipes like this. I like to bring easy, fast recipes to you all. So if that's you, go ahead and give this channel a like and subscribe, please. You saw I laid the chicken on this. Remember, we're going to do this 4 times. You then are going to grab your nonstick cooking spray. You know, I'm really contemplating buying one of those pump sprays. If you have a pump spray, let me know in the comment section if you do like it. And I may be addressing it with the wrong name. It's just kind of like you pump it and you put your oil in there, so like your olive oil, and you pump it and you're able to spray it. So let me know. I would love to add this to my kitchen if it's something that works great. You're going to cook this on medium-high heat for about 2 minutes on each side. While that is cooking, while you flipped it, because we flipped it, you can go ahead and grab your meal prep containers and line them up. Or, of course, you can grab your Ziploc bags. You know, my meal prep containers are not fancy at all. I believe I got these off Amazon. They work great. I do also believe Sam sells them as well. But again, please don't go out and buy if you have some Ziploc bags. To finish this recipe up, we're going to go ahead and cut our wrap in half. You can cut it into 4 triangles. And we're going to finish meal prepping this by adding a cup of our berries to this. Remember, berries are an amazing source of fiber, and I want you to choose the next item you add to it. My next video that I'm going to show right here has some amazing salad recipes, and pick the one that's going to work the best for you. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. Much love. Go ahead and give this video a like, thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe. We can't have a recipe without ingredients, and these are so simple, y'all. We first start off with the winner, as always in this kitchen, which is our Mission Carb Balance wraps. You see, they're a huge amount of fiber. Fiber is amazing for our diabetics. I love to use Sargento cheese. Me personally, I love the flavor. We have our rotisserie chicken. Now, sometimes y'all are going to fuss me. Sometimes y'all don't. Of course, you can get the chicken, cook it yourself, chop it up. That is A-okay. I have our tomatoes. And then, of course, that avocado. Now, remember, we are making this recipe for the entire week. So I want to friendly remind you all that we are going to cook 4 to 5 of these, depending on the time of your work week. And I have 2 tomatoes here. I have 2 Roma tomatoes. You may consider getting 1 large tomato, 3 Roma tomatoes, just depending on how many of these you make. In my personal experience, these will last packaged properly, so like in your Ziploc bag or in your meal prep container, for 4 to 5 days. I wouldn't make 10, I wouldn't make a whole month's worth. Love tomatoes. They are very low in calories. They are absolutely wonderful for diabetics. If you don't like tomatoes, could you leave them out? Of course you can. I'm then going to take our avocado and slice it. Now remember, we're cooking this because I know some of y'all are going to be like, ew, the avocado is going to get brown. Well, since we're cooking it, we really are not going to have that problem. But if that makes you nervous, if that just kind of creeps you out a little bit, absolutely, you could buy 2 avocados. You could bring your knife with you to work. You can cut half of it and have it with your lunch. Avocados, we love them. They are a wonderful source of those omega-3 fats. They're actually a great source of fiber. A lot of people don't realize that. We are going to go ahead and layer our wraps. Now, you see I have the Mission Carb wrap. They are loaded with fiber. You can use other wraps. One of my favorite new ones is from Aldi. It is their brand. You could use the Kroger brand, the Walmart brand. Gang, compare the labels. My goal is to always have your fiber above 5. From here, we layer the cheese. We're going to layer our chicken, tomato, and avocado. Do you have to layer it in this method? Absolutely not. I want to encourage you all to add your own spice and flavor to this. When you fold it over, we're going to spray our pan with our nonstick cooking spray, and we're going to cook these on medium heat for about 1:30 to about 2 minutes. And then, of course, you're going to give it a nice flip. Now, one of the things I want to tell you all, kind of going back to this, if you prefer turkey, please use turkey. Just look at the labels and make sure you're using everything has sugar under 5. And I love to see that fiber above 5 grams of fiber. Now, you can see I pulled out my meal prep containers. I got these, I think, from Sam's or maybe even from Amazon. I did not spend a lot of money on these. And I want to encourage you all, you can absolutely use your Ziploc bag. So I encourage my patients and my clients not to go crazy spending money on this. And if you're new here, hey, my name is Dietitian Shelly. I am the author of the Skinny Louisiana Cookbook series. There's 2 of them. If you haven't realized already, I am from the great state of Louisiana. My books focus on skinnying down your favorite Louisiana recipes. This channel works on a variety of recipes and tips to lower your blood sugar, help you lose weight, balance your hormones. If that's you, I would love to have you subscribe. And hey, while you're at it, go ahead and share the video. You're going to, again, flip that wrap. I kind of got a little carried away there. And I love to cut mine in half. Some of y'all like to cut y'all's in fours. Look, I'm all about y'all making it cute. Look, I love to make things cute. Now, to this game, I have a ton of salad recipes on this channel. I'm going to link one below. You have your wrap. You have your salad. You could throw in a half cup of berries with this. You have your complete lunch meal for the week. Gang, do this now. This is so easy. It's not wild and crazy. It is the perfect lunch. Make 5 of them. Your lunch is done for the week. I'm Dietitian Shelly. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe. As always, we cannot have a great recipe without ingredients, and all you need is 5. Put these 5 ingredients on your shopping list. We have spinach. Love my bag spinach. Those Mission Carb Balance wraps. Sargento cheese. Chicken, and yes, you could use rotisserie. You can make your own. I just grabbed the rotisserie chicken myself, and those marinated artichoke hearts. Let's talk about the artichoke. So if you're new here, my name is Shelly. I work as a dietitian. I have 2 cookbooks, Skinny Louisiana in the Kitchen, Skinny Louisiana in the Slow Cooker. And one of my favorite recipes in Skinny Louisiana in the Kitchen is roasted artichoke. Artichoke is so forgotten, and I don't want it to be. It has an amazing flavor. You see, I pulled 3 of these out for a wrap. Remember, we're making 5 of these, so of course you can chop up the entire jar. I love artichoke. Bring it into your life. It is amazing. Then we have our spinach to the side. It's washed, it's clean, it's been blotted and everything else. Remember, both spinach and artichoke are both low carb. The marinated artichoke hearts, please read the label. for me. Make sure there's no added sugar to it. I love my Sargento cheese. You know, it's one of my favorite brands. I just divide it in half or split it in half, put it on each side of the wrap. So you would obviously need 5 slices for this if you're doing 5 of these wraps. We layer the spinach, artichoke on top of it. Use that PAM, that nonstick cooking spray. Now, I talked about this in an earlier video about the spray bottle oil. Let me know if you have one. I'm interested in purchasing one, but I don't want it to get clogged up. So if you have some tips for how to clean it, that was the problem I had with my first one. Another question I have is about the Mission Carb Balance Wraps. I love these. Have you tried the ones from Aldi? Because I have. Let me know in the comments. Team Aldi, go ahead and write that down for me. And we're going to go ahead and cook these for about 1 minute and 30 seconds or about 2 minutes on each side. Medium heat. Don't want to go too high. We could burn it. And again, if you do 5 of these, hey, we're less than 15 minutes. Everything, which is fantastic. We can get all these ingredients at our local supermarket. We go ahead and give this a nice little flip. You're going to cut it in half. You can put it in your meal prep containers or your Ziploc bags. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. If you need anything, let me know. But be sure to comment Team Low Carb in the description box. Thanks so much, gang. Take care. Bye-bye. Now, we can't prepare a lunch without simple ingredients we found at our local grocery store, including our famous Carb Balance wraps. You have the rotisserie chicken. Now, I have it in the package. You could buy it and cut it up yourself. I'm a little lazy. Our sliced cheese. You know I love Sargento. Mushrooms and pesto. And as always with the pesto, look at the label, make sure there's no added sugar. Grab your strainer, put those mushrooms in there, and give it a little bit of a rinse. Now, kind of blot them off, bring them back to your cutting board, and go ahead and start chopping them up. Now, I'm not a chef, I'm a dietitian. I'm Dietitian Shelly. I'm the author of the Skinny Louisiana Cookbook series. You want to order those on the AME or on the BNN Barnes & Noble app. Get them delivered to you because you can get some yummy Cajun cooking that has been skinnied down. And you can see, I'm not chopping these mushrooms perfectly. I'm not a trained chef. But here's something I know about mushrooms. A cup of them, about 16 calories, 2.3 grams of carbs. I feel like mushrooms are completely forgotten in our vegetable world. It's all about green beans and broccoli. Today, we're throwing those mushrooms in there. Y'all know I love the Carb Balance wrap. Now, I've been a dietitian for a long time. I'm not even going to tell you the year because I don't want to age myself. You all know by now I love fiber. I keep the label 5 grams of fiber or higher. There are some competitors to the Mission Carb Balance wrap that are just as wonderful. For example, I love Aldi's low carb wraps. There's a lot of other brands, so I want you to share in the comment box below, what is your favorite low carb wrap? Which one have you tried besides Mission and Aldi? Because caring is sharing, and this is a community, and I believe in sharing with each other. Y'all know I'm a big fan of Sargento cheese, but same thing. If you found another cheese that you like that maybe is a little bit lower calorie, go ahead and let us know. We're gonna layer the cheese, chicken, and then pesto. Pesto is an interesting product. I love it. It's delicious. It's something I hadn't tried until I was an adult, and I was shocked. I said, oh my gosh, I like this. If you like basil, garlic, and olive oil, you're gonna love this. This is great to put on your shirataki noodles, those low-carb noodles that I get at Walmart all the time. It's just amazing, you know? And so we're going to spray our pan with our nonstick cooking spray, and we're gonna cook this about 1 minute 30 to 2 minutes on each side. If you'd like it a little crispier, go ahead and cook it a little longer. Cooking time really doesn't make a difference if it'll last longer in our meal prep kind of lunchbox type thing. So don't be so glued to that and think, oh my gosh, I have to cook it for 2 minutes because that's what lasts in lunchbox. If you like it crispier, cook it longer. You know, you see that I'm gonna flip it to cook it again, another 1 minute and 30 seconds on the other side. You see, when I meal prep, it makes me happy. It gives me a little dance revolution. And this product's beautiful. It's delicious. It's yummy. It's low carb. It works on any weight loss plan. It keeps our blood sugars in control. And if you want more recipes like this, be sure to subscribe and click that bell. No, click the like button and then click the bell. I forget, but do one of those things and that would make me happy. Thanks, gang. Bye-bye. The ingredients for this recipe are really simple because we're simply shopping our refrigerator and our pantry. for these items. I encourage you to look to various vegetables, and even if you have a leftover avocado, we're going to use that today. Now you can see that I grabbed my saucepan and I have various chopped up vegetables on my cutting board. One of the things I encourage us to do is to use all of our vegetables. And if we have a recipe that maybe calls for half of the vegetable, continue to chop it and store it in your Ziploc bags. And that's exactly what I did here, especially items like peppers and onions. Now, the spinach is left over from a salad. That unfortunately doesn't have the longest shelf life, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. But look again at those peppers, zucchini, squash. This recipe can work with so many vegetables that have a great shelf life. Now, of course, I normally use the rotisserie chicken. That's for our wraps, but some of us may have some leftover meat. I'm using turkey deli meat in this recipe, and I know some of y'all poo-poo the deli meat, and if that's you, that is fine. So go ahead and use your beautiful grilled chicken if you have grass-fed beef that you may be cooked, but this wrap is all about utilizing leftovers. And the real equation is look for some type of protein and look for some type of vegetable, because the Mission Carb Balance wraps we should always have in our pantry, and those are an amazing source of fiber. We layer our wraps with our cheese, our protein, and our vegetables, and we simply turn on the stove, and we're going to go ahead and cook it for 1:30 seconds. Now you do see that I added the avocado with this, and we love avocados in here. They're a great source of omega-3 fats. It kind of gives us a little zing. So if you maybe have like a little bit of a mustard, or maybe like a pesto or something like that you want to add, go for it. But again, the simple equation to this is a protein, which is your meats, some type of vegetable, and then your fiber. You cook it for 1:30 seconds on each side, and we have an amazing product. Gang, I'm Dietitian Shelly. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe.